Oh, you didn't know? You better call somebody. Anyway, what's going on? We back at it again. Another. My brain cut off. Beyond Dragon Ball Super. Return of Merno. Resurrection. Raijin. Anyway, back at it again, bro. Last video. Oh my god, this nigga Frieza. Oh my god. Try to warn this goofy ass nigga, bro. Try to warn him. Don't go into the demon realm and start causing chaos in somebody else's house, bro. You don't do that shit, bro. You don't go to somebody else's house and put your feet on the goddamn couch. You just don't do that and cause all type of problems in there. That's what he did. And then he got bitched. He got sunned. He got hoed. Now you became this nigga bitch, bro. He made you bend the knee. Crazy work. Now he gave you a power up at the end though. But still. Frieza. I thought I never see the day, bro. The crazy thing is he took him off the census and then put him back on it, bro. That was the craziest shit. Bro killed bro and brought bro back to life, bro. I'm like, you got it. I'm gonna go home. Oh, I can't go home? Shake my hand. You feel me? Oh, I gotta work for you? Oh shit. You feel Frieza. Frieza. Oh my god. Anyway, hit the video like hit the video over the like, comment down below, subscribe with 3K. Not subscribe, man. While you on Patreon, Twitch, and the game channel, link in the description down below. Subscribe to our boy Alex. Get him to 2 million subscribers. Without further ado, I dive on in. Poor Frieza. Now, are we gonna see a new form today? In this video or probably a future video? Let me see.
As our story now continues back within the demon realm, as the demon god Raijin now sets his sights and having to locate the whereabouts of the former god Mechikabura, as it was only moments after having to initially deal with Frieza, as Raijin now sets his sights and having to track down exactly where Mechikabura is hiding.
Oh yeah.
Was when Raijin then went on to
and it's a Dragon Ball Heroes character, right? The name sounds yeah. I'm like I kept hearing every time he said that name. I'm like, it sounded familiar.
Quickly respond, good, for everything is going exactly as I had foreseen for it to be, but while time is a resource that should never be squandered, every second brings me that much closer towards completing my objective, and with Mechikabura being the first whom I will go and pay a visit to in order to lay claim to what is rightfully mine, it would be wise for him to not go and challenge my power, Raijin says, lest he wishes for an early destruction, which I will have no problem in granting him if he refuses to cooperate. And
I believe you.
Now under my thumb and having him join my arms alongside the others in destroying any of the other insects who dare and try to stand within my way. For there was no god before me and there will be no god after that will go and do what I'm about to go and do, not only because they lack the power to go and do so, but because they also lack the ambition in carrying out the unthinkable, Raijin says, and that is why we are not the same, Mechikabura and I, but while I could be wrong in assuming that he will go and try and defy me, the time for action is now, for Mechikabura will either yield before me or he will cease to exist, as there will be no middle ground and no compromise for him to make, but only absolution in the form of my will that will ultimately go on to remain in its place, Raijin continues, and while I doubt that he has the knowledge that I have in knowing of what he has within his possession, and if he were to somehow go and find out or already know of what he has within his possession, Raijin continues, will I only expect for him to go and refuse to hand it over, which is why I am also ready to go and do what is needed if it ultimately means that I will need to go that far so that I could have what belongs to me, and so do not try to fool me otherwise, Mechikabura. But while I expect for our encounter to be one without having you resist me, since I already have an idea that you will try and create pushback in order to go and hold on to what you assume to be yours to keep, if what I am able to sense is to be correct, Raijin says, then you shouldn't be too far away from my current location, of course assuming that the energy signature that I sense is where you were previously shown in having to be. And I actually look forward to this little encounter of ours, Mechikabura. Now surely you haven't went and forgotten about from my
pinky.
legend while taking over and being the so-called new god of the underworld while I've been away. For you should already know your place among the
Oh, he did a
once I
number.
am to go and find
Ooh.
you, since I was never destroyed, nor did I ever step down in ruling over all of you. But since I now sense more than one life form within this realm that you just so happen to assumingly reside in, Raijin continues, which I also find to be rather interesting since you weren't one to be known in having to work alongside with others before. And so this ought to be exactly where he currently resides, for I will not have anything more go and get within my way and preventing me in having what I've been long searching for, Raijin says. And so for your sake, it would be wise for you to go and listen to what you are told, otherwise you are going to experience severe consequences. To which it was only surprisingly enough moments later, as the demon god Raijin had gone as far as to locate and track down the whereabouts of Mechikabura's realm and having to further stumble across his demon minions known as Gravy, Salsa, and Poutine, was when the demon god Raijin went on to quickly respond, well, that didn't take very long, as I was right to assume that this was going to be the exact location of where Mechikabura along with his servants were going to be, and now
look y'all, don't even fight the nigga, y'all. Please.
With you, Raijin says,
just bend the knee.
It's time that you and I go and have a little word on Mechikabura's whereabouts, shall we? As the demon Poutine went on to then quickly respond, wait a minute, and just what in the world is that? That energy and those eyes. Who are you and how are you able to go and track down Lord Mechikabura's domain?
Baby girl, be quiet.
So suddenly without us having to be aware of you like this. Well, so I see that Mechikabura has failed to inform you younglings on the true nature of the pecking order in which precedes you all, but allow for me to go and introduce myself to you all then, for I am Lord Raijin, the first and original god of the demon realm, which stems long before Mechikabura's reign, Raijin says, for I can see that your devotion towards Mechikabura may go and grant you a semblance of purpose here, but it will not shield you from my wrath if you decide to go and stand within my way, Raijin
Back
says.
off, y'all.
For I am not here for pleasantries, nor am I here to entertain your trivial loyalties, and so I will go on and ask you one time and one time only.
Get the fuck out my way.
Mechikabura right now, as I am here to collect something that he of course has possession of. So now you will go on and tell me if he's here, for I know that he is more than likely inside of this palace of his, as I have no patience for games and zero tolerance for deceit, as I will not be misled, nor will I be delayed any further, Raijin continues, for every wasted moment is but a slight against my will, and so you will go and confirm his location with me now, or I will be forced to go and extract it from your lips myself, with the demon known as Gravy having to then quickly respond, the first and original god of the demon realm, but we were never told anything about you by Lord Mechikabura before.
Of course he didn't. Of course he didn't tell you niggas.
Is it that you seek to go and want to collect from him? As this will be as far as
none of your damn business.
will not go and allow for you to go and cross over into Lord Mechikabura's domain.
That's when they messed up
unless
at.
you are hereby go and given access to go and do so. Do you understand? With the demon known as Salsa being shown having to then respond, that's right, and while you may claim for yourself to be of demon origin, we do not serve directly under you, as we are only loyal to Lord Mechikabura and only Lord Mechikabura.
And
so,
that
yes,
loyalty
while he is
will be
here
your
within the
undoing.
walls, you are to not go and cross over and pass by to go and speak with him unless you are told to do so. Oh, is that so? Raijin questions. What a shame, but very well then, because if I need to go and crush the three of you in order to go and make my way inside, then so be it, as I have given you all a warning prior, and so I will hereby go and do what needs to be done in order for me to go and fulfill my mission. With Gravy responding,
don't do it, Gravy.
Just go and say, how dare you go and speak to us with such a disrespectful tone? For who does this creature think he is by going as far as to talk to
he
us
told
like
y'all
this?
who he was.
Responding, there is something very unsettling about that energy of his that I am sensing, for we mustn't go and take his bait, as I do fear that there is something more to this creature than what we are able to go and see on the surface, with
Yeah.
Raijin responding, "Do not go and make the mistake of assuming that I will not go and do what it is that I need to in order to get on what it is that I am after, whether you are of demon descent or not. For I see through your hesitation, and if any of you truly want to try and test my resolve in assuming that I am simply bluffing, then I hereby welcome for either
If I find
to
out.
go and test your luck here against me, and I will go and prove to you on what exactly it was that I had meant by what I said, demons." But this, however, did not go over well with the other demons, in fact, because with Salsa being shown having to be the first among the three and making her way right towards Raijin was when Poutine went on to then quickly shout, "Wait, Salsa, don't attack him, for we don't
Baby
exactly
girl,
know
don't
as to
do
what
it.
we
Nah,
are
too
going
late.
up against here and having to go and face him. Foolish little worm, for you should have listened to your friends and stood where you were instead of having to seal your
Try to
fate
warn
with
him.
me like this," Raijin says, "as I can only go as far as to assure you that it most certainly won't end well
What he-
for
thing
you
is, what he about to
either,"
do,
with
though?
Salsa being shown having to then respond, "Oh yeah, well you don't scare me one bit, for you will come to respect this realm as you are in Mechikabura's domain now, imposter. As no one, and I mean no one, will ever dare to go and cross over into such a realm and disrespect Lord Mechikabura's name and live to go and talk about it, and so now burn! Burn beneath the weight of your arrogance and feel the wrath of Lord Mechikabura through the fires that dwell below," Salsa shouts.
Who gonna tell
"So
her?
now burn for your heresy and professing yourself as being above Mechikabura.
There's a chick, right?
as
Bro
you
says
will
it.
pay with
Bro
your
says
life
she.
beneath the weight of the fire that consumes you." But then it was just upon with Raijin being shown having to reach on out through the fires in attempts of having to grab Salsa by the neck was when Raijin went on to then quickly respond, "Enough of this, you traitorous little vermin, for you will need to go and do far better than this if you hope to go and stand a chance against me. As if attempting to go and burn me alive will go and do you any good, especially when the laws of
Yep,
fire,
by her
along
throat.
with its nature, are within my specialty," Raijin says.
By her
"But
throat.
tell me something, how long do you think that you can last out here against me before I go and decide to break your neck within the process of our battle? For I believe that it wouldn't be any longer than 30 seconds, to which as Poutine and Gravy
I will say
tried
less.
to make their way in was when Poutine then went on to quickly shout, "Oh, quickly, Gravy, we have no other choice than to go and join in so that we can ensure that nothing goes and happens to Salsa within this battle," as Gravy went on to then quickly shout, "Oh, hurry then, let's move around him so that we can catch him from each corner," with Poutine responding, "Yes, then we will go and do just that, as we'll need to go and use as much force as we can dish out against him, and so on my signal we'll hurry and go and strike him at the same time
you
and
poor
smash this beast
fools.
with everything that we are made of before he can." But then it was only just then within
You
that very
poor,
moment as Raijin
poor
was shoving to swing
fools.
Salsa's body around and having to use her as a means of being a weapon and having to smash her directly into Gravy was when Raijin then went on to quickly continue, "Foolish younglings, for despite
Yeah, he said her.
you and having to hold a numbers advantage over me, just because you may outnumber me doesn't mean that you will win.
Oh,
You
shit.
rebelling here against me to be quite the shameful one,
Ish.
lives away for the sole purpose in having to defend your governing ruler Mechikabura. Let this now go and serve as being a reminder to you all that once you go and decide to actively go and turn your backs against me, will it only be a decision that you will go and pay
Certain
with your lives
death.
for, as there is no such thing as redemption
Well, Poutine.
towards those who go
Ah,
and
baby girl.
defy my throne." To which it was only from out of nowhere with
You've been real,
Raijin
baby
now
girl.
being shown having to unleash a gigantic energy blast that went on to
Damn.
overtake Poutine completely was when Raijin then went on to quickly continue. "And while I sit at the head of the table as the one
The head of the
true
table.
king and ruler of
Tribal
all
chief.
life throughout the entire multiverse as it is, I will go as far as to ensure you all that no matter your race, even if you just so happen to be one of my own kind, to which those who refuse to bow will be eliminated from this world. For it's a shame that you had to go and turn your backs to me in place of worship
Try to tell her, bro.
in Mechikabura," Raijin continues, "but alas, your blood will continue to be spilled until there is nothing more that remains within your body."
Damn.
The terrified Gravy went on to then respond, "What has he done? He completely destroyed Poutine without even breaking a sweat. But how? How was it that he was able
That
to
nigga
go
did
and do that
that.
with such ease?"
This is diabolical. You ain't have to do this. This is crazy. This is crazy work. Dang. Salsa. I didn't know you for a long time. I know you for a good time, but you didn't deserve this shit. Damn.
And that power just now, as Poutine was right, for there appears to be something that is far more to this monster than even we went as far as to realize.
Oh
as
my
Raijin went
God.
on to turn his attention back towards Salsa by then quickly responding. And now back to you, as while you were the first to go and take charge in directly going against my order and having to go and attack me first, allow for this moment to go and sink in and let my eyes be the last thing that you will ever come to see, traitorous demon scum. To which it was
Oh
only
my
seconds
God,
later,
bro, this nigga, man, come get your, come help your niggas, bro.
from his eyes and having to
Oh
penetrate
my
Salsa
God.
right through the head was when Raijin then went on to quickly continue. And then there was one, and with these two wretched
Oh my
traitors
God,
out
why they
of my
playing the
way,
music?
all this now leaves us here is with you. For I hope that you are ready to experience.
Bro, don't even
the
put your
likes of
hands
which
up,
you
bro.
have never experienced in your days before, Raijin says. And so unless you decide to go and bend the knee to me here and now, then you're next. As Gravy
Crazy.
quickly respond, how dare you, as you will go on to pay with your life one way or another. And so even
Are
if
you
this
dumb?
means that I will need to go and give everything that I have in order to ensure that you pay for snuffing the life out of Poutine and Salsa.
Are you
then I
dumb?
vow to go and stake my
Is
own
he dumb?
existence
Yeah, he might be
to
dumb.
do what is needed in order to destroy
This
you for
nigga
good.
blew on
And
it.
So now this here is for my fellow demon warriors who were ambushed by your hatred towards your own kind. As I hope that
Everything.
you suffer just as much as you had made them suffer with this one, Raijin. And so now disappear within the voids. But then it was only casually enough with Raijin shown having to literally blow away Gravy's attack.
This
right
nigga
back
blew
towards
on
him
it.
was when Raijin then went on to quickly respond, oh please, spare me the effort of such ridiculous attempts in trying to be what you hope results in my destruction, since I can already guarantee you here and now that such ridiculously feeble attacks such as this will not be what will end within your favor, demon. But it was only just as Gravy went as far as to catch his own attack before having to launch a brand new one from his other arm was when Gravy went on to then quickly respond, for you may appear as though you hold the upper hand here against me for the time being, but one thing about us demons that I want you to go and know is that we will gladly go into our graves if it means upholding our loyalty to the master in which we turn out to serve under, Raijin. As I will not go on to cease my attacks against you until I know for a certainty that you are no longer breathing. And so
Bro,
whether
you
are the
wasting your
first and original
time.
god of our race of demons or not, turning against your own kind is an irredeemable act that is only punishable by destruction. So now while your very
poor fool.
existence is a mistake that needs to be corrected, Gravy continues, let this go and be what does the job in becoming the cause to that very correction in having you pay for what you did to my friends, demon.
Boy, stop.
To which it was only seconds after, with a gigantic explosion then being shown having to take place, was when Gravy then went on to quickly continue. Oh, there we go now. Serves you right for doing what you just did and having you snuff Salsa and Poutine's life just now. And so there is no physical way that you could have survived this without sustaining at least a bit of damage along the way, Gravy continues. And so that should have done the trick if it didn't at least go as far as to damage that creature directly.
Who won't
But
tell, bro?
is it possible that he may have found a way out and having to survive unscathed? Gravy went on to then further question, because if he did, then I will have no other choice than to go and call for Lord Mechikabura and having to help deal with such an abomination. But wait, no, but how? It can't be, but he was just right here, and so now where did he go? Gravy went on to then further question.
Hey,
And
behind you.
moreover is how was that creature able to go and outmaneuver his way in bypassing both of my attacks like this, and only having to further do so without having to go and leave a trace of him left behind within the process? As surely I didn't go and
That nigga hold y'all,
did
bro.
I?
So I know he hear all this
Because
bullshit
when I saw
happen outside his shit, bro.
go and take those
He hoeing.
blasts head on
He
without
don't want that smoke.
having to
Mechikabura
move.
don't want that smoke.
Just where did he go? But then just then from out of nowhere now behind Gravy as Raijin went on to then slowly lean on down by having to go as far as to whisper within Gravy's ear when Raijin went on to quickly respond, "You should have been far more careful with how you decided to go about this situation with me, demon. Because while you should have known better than to go and try and attack me the way you all just did, for now it's going to be your turn to go and join your fellow servants within the grave."
Unfortunate.
Raijin meant serious business because it was only surprising.
Oh Lord, what are you about to do to this nigga?
In this very moment, as Raijin went on to impale
not his heart.
from behind and having to sever him right through
Ooh, yeah, the heart.
quickly continue. Then since you had went and have decided
that should look painful.
to stand in opposing me when you should have been smart enough to go and relinquish such desires and wanting to go and stand across for me, this is what you will go and get for ever daring to stand against my law, demon. Yes, for I can feel your heart struggling to keep its beat against my hand, Raijin continues, as you were never anything more than a mindless hound leashed to a master who doesn't care whether you live or die, and yet
apparently so.
Before me with such conviction and such a desperate and deluded belief that you could actually win. Well, did you, Raijin questions? For your loyalty to Mechikabura was your first mistake, as your belief that
like I said,
more than a
that loyalty will be your undoing.
With your third mistake being in thinking that even for a second that either one of you who stood in opposing me would have any sort of chance in actually being able to defeat me. And as this is what happens to those who dare and refuse to go and bend the knee, Demon Raijin continues upon being shown pulling his arm away. Then so do you think that Mechikabura
then he split him in half?
For you, do you think that he will even remember you, Raijin questions?
This nigga is ruthless.
I had said, and as you were nothing more but a tool, and now you will go on and be forgotten.
Bro, nigga, he hit niggas with what fatalities left and right, bro.
Remember, demon. But if you thought that this was going to be all that I would go on and do onto you for daring to challenge me, Raijin continues, then allow for me to go and leave you off with this, as I will hereby go and use you in setting the example from here on moving forward, and further letting this serve as a reminder towards
Sweet
all those who
baby
wish to
Jesus.
stand against me, that no matter what you
Right
claim for your descent
down
to me, whether
the
you
middle.
are a god, a mortal, or even a demon alike, and if you go and stand in the way of having
Right
fulfill my
down the
destiny,
fucking
then
middle,
you
bro.
will be
Perfect
torn apart
symmetry.
within the process of challenging my authority. To which it was only seconds later within that very moment, as Raijin had gone as far as to now be shown leaning on down and grabbing onto and picking up Gravy's heart, was when
And he
Raijin
got
went
this
on to
nigga heart.
continue,
Oh
as
my
you
God,
should've
don't
went
you
and
do
thought
it.
twice about your actions before you had decided
You
to
like
enter
eating
the
hearts?
on the throne the way you all did, and now look. And while I would go and ask you if this was all worth it, but you and I would both already know the answers to such questions anyways, for you should have went and known that this was going to go and happen, but since none of you were ready for what someone like myself was going to bring onto the battlefield upon having to go and engage against me, this was what you demons get for daring to defy my law and expect to go and live to talk about it, Raijin continues. But since the three of you are now finally out of my way, I
Sheesh.
can now go about my business in having to go and do on what it is that is needed, and especially now since there is no one who is left that will go and stand in the way of having me go and speak with Mechikabura in regards to the cubes that I seek. But before I go and do so, your beating hearts will be sacrificed within my name for me to go and devour, for I will not go on to stand to have anyone oppose my destiny, even if they just so happens to be demons as well, Raijin says, for these three demons would have served as being great additions to my army of warriors, but they instead had went and decided
that's
to
what I was
stand
thinking, but
against me in the name of standing
tough. Oh
loyal
my
to
God, his eyes. Hold on.
Mechikabura, which was why this was ultimately needed if it meant in having to use them all in setting the examples in moving forward. But then it was only just seconds later as Raijin was shown having to chew upon Gravy's heart as Mechikabura went as far as to make his presence known.
Nigga, they dead.
Mechikabura went on to then respond, "What is all of this noise that I hear which is taking place out here, demons? What
Your
is
ass should have been came
why
outside.
my palace is shaking, and why do I sense more than just your powers being present within my domain? Answer me, demons, as I will not go and ask you all again. As Raijin went on to then turn his head by responding, but of course, and right on time you are, Mechikabura, for you and I have a great many
eating that
things
nigga
to
shit.
discuss. As Mechikabura went on to then continue, do I make myself clear enough for all of you to go and hear what it is that I am asking of you, or what? Gravy, salsa, poutine, answer me right now. What is
They
the
gone,
meaning
man.
behind all of this, and why is it that
They
I'm
gone.
able to sense the presence of someone else who is there alongside with you? Because I never went and gave any of you the orders in having to bring uninvited guests before my kingdom without having to first inform me of such things. And so now why are none of
You
you
yapping
answering me,
and he
demons,
eating
for
on
I
that
demand
nigga
for
heart,
you
bro.
all to go and do so right this moment or else.
Disrespectful.
With Raijin responding, and so you have finally decided to go and reveal yourself to me after having to lose all three of your own as a measure of their loyalty and having to perish in your name. How very typical of what it was that I have heard about you, but needless to say, you and I have much to discuss while I'm here, as you can make no mistake about the fact and rest assured that by the time our meeting here reaches its end, Raijin continues, and I will lay claim over that configuration cube one way or another.
Hey, just hand it over,
even if
man.
means that I will need to go right through you in order for me
Oh
to
my
have
God,
it,
yeah.
demon.
Cause he definitely gonna eat your shit too, bro.
It was only right
Just
for
hand it
the
over,
Beyond
fam.
during that
Bend the
moment,
knee.
so the Beyond Dragon Ball Super Story of the Dark Masters, the official Merno sequel, manga chapter number 31 special, then comes to a close.
Well, actually, I'll go ahead and take it from here.
Yeah, go ahead and take it from there, Weez, cause this nigga ignorant. Sheesh. Gira. Like she tried. She tried. Damn, he did her so dirty though. Poutine got the leash, you feel me? Just a quick little blast, you know what I'm saying? Something light. Damn. Or it or nigga, damn. Sparking Zero mod? Oof. That shit look painful. You know what I'm saying? Something light. She just got blasted on Forge. You know what I'm saying? But anyone, unlike her friends. Oof. R.I.P. That nigga is ruthless, bro. Put him in Mortal Kombat, bro. Oh my God, bro. Shot baby girl right through with her freaking eye. Oh my God. Love bottomized her low key on the cool. Took bro, Pierce bro through the chest, split him in half, and then ate his heart. That's crazy work. That's crazy work. 3-piece combo, no biscuit, bro. Oh my God. Raijin, hey, make a car, bro, man. Hey, just get get that man the cube, bro. You know what I'm saying? And go about your day. Bend the knee too. Don't forget that. Bend the knee too, bro. Don't even test this nigga. Don't question him. None of that. Because if you fight, you're gonna lose, and he will eat your heart. Oh yeah, because that's your car, bro. That's a top tier demon. That nigga shit is getting eaten on me. But W video, man. And if you guys enjoyed this reaction, thanks for watching. I don't know what the hell I'm saying. My brain keep cutting off. Oh my God. Well, I want to say, like, comment, subscribe. Roll to 3K. Now subscribe. Probably bought on. Oh my God, I can't. Twitch, gaming channel, Twitch, Patreon. Subscribe to Alex, 2 million. Can't even say nothing, bro. Fuck it. Love y'all, and I'll see y'all the next one. Peace. This nigga ignorant, bro. That's why I can't even speak. The nigga's stupid.